What did you want to be when you grew up? A doctor? An artist? Maybe an astronaut? As children, our dreams were endless and full of wonder. Now, imagine if every child had the chance to explore those dreams more deeply, to discover what excites them, and to grow the skills they need for the future they imagine. That is the story Wekraft's SkillSeed is helping to write, an AI-powered platform designed to guide children aged 6 to 17 on their journey of self-discovery and growth. At the heart of SkillSeed is a mission to make learning personal, fun, and practical. The platform uses AI to create a unique learning profiles for each child, combining data from interactive assessments, engagement with diverse content, and mentor feedback. It recommends personalized skill-building paths from creative arts to technical fields, ensuring every child's journey reflects their strengths and interests.
For the child themselves, they interact with the AI and answer questions and assessments and solve challenges. And then this AI creates a personalized learning profile for them. And from there, from the data, we draw their interests, their career strengths, and basically what they are good at, or what they think they are good at, or what they like to do. So that's how the AI works. It just collects this information from the child themselves, from this assessment, and creates the profile for them.
The platform engages kids with game-like challenges, reward badges, and level tasks that make learning feel like a play. Parents and schools receive real-time reports, tracking progress, and celebrating milestones.
It's not as serious as I'm making it sound. It's more fun. It's more game-like. So they are used to seeing their cartoons, right? A 6-year-old child watches cartoons, of course. So we use those kind of avatars. That's what they're called. We use this kind of avatars to portray things. So they might not necessarily have that feel of maybe they are doing something gross, but it will be fun. So it's fun, it's colorful, it's really, really nice. That's why it is sectioned, right? Even if we're dealing with children from 6 to 17, we have different sections for them. From 6 to 8, they have their own category. From 9 to 12, so all of those different sections are there. So what a child from 6 would interact with is different from what a child from 16 to 17 would also interact with. So we put all of that in consideration, even the color display, even their music, everything, it's sectioned that way.
The journey to build SkillSeed wasn't easy, but with support from Jasiri, a program empowering high-impact startups in Rwanda and the region, Wekraft found the wings to lift their idea. CEO Stafford Ngumbuye remembers those early days.
First of all, I never believed someone could help me when I just have an idea. It was the most beautiful thing one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Someone to believe into my idea and then fund it. So they helped not just funding financially, but they provided the best coaches, I could say, in Africa, that helped us navigate through that product and everything else that comes around it. So they gave us the help that we needed, the office spaces, and way much more that made it easier to actually create something really wonderful.
With Jasiri's mentorship, Wekraft scaled from small in-person workshops to a digital platform that has already touched the lives of more than 600 students. For co-founder and Chief Operations Officer Agnes Wambui, SkillSeed was born from personal experience, feeling demoralized as a student whose debating talent was overlooked in favor of grades.
Actually, at some point, I felt that I will never amount to anything because I was not really good academically, but I never got much support per se for these other passions that I had. So we started it to, number one, show parents that, number one, there's more levels and more measures of intelligence. There's actually up to 9 types of intelligence, and passing exams is just one. Secondly, we wanted to make education fun and practical, because it's not enough for a kid to go to school, learn, do the normal learning and pass exams. There's the academic journey, which is in class, but we have to make the conscious effort to make these academics makes sense even in the job market.
SkillSeed nurtures talents like art and technical skills, even helping kids to build portfolios to showcase their skills globally, preparing them for the opportunities like exchange programs or professional exposure.
The goal is to expose kids to as many careers as possible, including the ones which are not here in Rwanda. Because the world is an oyster. Why are we limiting them to just one country's jurisdiction? We want to expose them to as many experiences as possible, as many people as possible, so that they can broaden their minds. Another thing that we've included in the SkillSeed platform is we package the kids. What do I mean packaging the kids? For example, you have a kid who can draw really well. Why don't you have a portfolio for them that they can showcase to the rest of the world? Why are we only, keeping the drawings in the house or with friends and family? These kids need to be taught how to upskill professionally. They need to be taught how to have a portfolio. They need to be exposed to a much wider lens. Every other time, there's opportunities for kids to go do arts abroad in exchange programs. Why are we not packaging them well enough to be able to partake in these things? There are so many opportunities, but simply because of lack of knowledge and not knowing how to package them or lead them in the right direction, that's why they're missing out. So that's why we have SkillSeed. It's the one-stop center for all things education and career.
Through virtual mentorships and real-world excursions, SkillSeed introduces children to possibilities they might never have imagined. For students like Stalon Banda, who just completed high school, SkillSeed's practical approach brings learning to life.
My dreams and aspirations are to become a doctor. And this program helps me to develop more hands-on experience, as it helps me to try to envision what I would be and how I do it. So more of my knowledge is no longer only theoretical, but it's also practical and can actually be used on the field of work.
Banda used SkillSeed Toolkit to design a model of a human kidney, turning abstract biology lessons into tangible creations. But Wekraft also recognizes that not every child has equal access. Through partnerships with schools and community centers and donations of refurbished computers, they are bridging the digital divide. This hybrid model ensures every child, no matter where they live, can dream, explore, and grow.
We recognize that there's a digital divide in what we're doing, so we're using a hybrid approach. First, we are partnering with schools and community centers that are there to help children in rural areas. So like I mentioned before, a school can add a child, right? So with this partnership with these schools, they can add kids in rural areas and they can have access to the platform. Now, for accessibility, the bandwidth is being rationed. Let me use that word. It's been rationed. So even if they are not in high network kind of places, they can still have access to it. Some of the features, especially in the content area, the videos and the books are still accessed offline without the internet. So they also get to consume the same quality of content that children that are in high-end places also get to consume, because now they have access to it offline.
Educationist and parent Sarah Mukundwa sees SkillSeed as a game changer.
My son is 10 years. He likes football so much. He is so brilliant in class. He always tops his class. But he told me, Mommy, I can do both. I can be a footballer and a doctor. But that kid, what he needs from me is, if he can start with this application, they test his skills. He can do that, maybe do those two careers, knowing that I can excel in this, I can't excel in this. I can excel in both. Maybe I can be motivated to do this or this. But we didn't get all those guidance at all. Even as parents, we are still telling them, be a lawyer, be a medical doctor, be this, without giving them the chance to be tested, to know their skills, to know their passion, to do what they want.
Starfoot envisions a future where kids pursue their passions backed by a platform that has earned Rwandan government support.
A child is an individual on his own, And so we were trying now to tell parents, we are in an era where passion and love for what you're doing really takes you far than what someone else wants you to be. So that was our biggest hurdle, trying to talk to parents and showing them there's this other thing that is different from how you usually see. It's a different perspective. So showing it to them was the biggest, but for now it has really been good. Not only that, we even have the backing from the Rwandan government through the Ministry of Education. So it's a product that has been proven, and we have viable metrics that we're showing the parents. And not only that, parents can see real-time, on-time report of how their kid is doing and how they're thinking. So we encourage every parent. Actually, we feel like education is a basic need. So every student, every child who is in our age range should be on the SkillSeed platform, because the results are immense.
For Stafford, the vision is clear. A world where passion drives education and every child has the space to dream big. With plans to expand to the UAE, Kenya and beyond, the CEO says Wekraft is on a mission to redefine education across Africa and the world. So what did you want to be when you grew up? For today's children, that question is more than just a dream. It is a journey they can begin now. With platforms like SkillSeed, their passions have a path and their future is wide open.